Welcome back to Old Charles, where we dive deep into the history, value, and hidden treasures of coins from around the world. Today, we're exploring the United States quarter dollar from 1977, a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket change, yet holds a fascinating story and collectible value. The U.S. quarter dollar, worth 25 cents, has a long and rich history. First introduced in 1796, the quarter quickly became one of the most important coins in American currency. Its purpose was to provide a practical denomination between the dime and the half-dollar, making it easier for daily transactions. By the mid-20th century, the most common design we recognize today is the Washington quarter, first minted in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Initially, these quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. But by 1965, due to rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel composition, which is what we still use today. By 1977, the quarter had firmly established itself in American culture as the workhorse coin, used everywhere, from vending machines to gas stations to arcades. That's why the 1977 quarter holds both historical and collectible significance. Now let's look at the design. Features a portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Above Washington's head is the word Liberty, with the phrase, "In God We Trust," on the left, and the year 1977 below. The reverse shows the iconic American bald eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and defense, surrounded by olive branches of peace. This design remained unchanged until the state quarters program launched in 1999. So, the 1977 quarter is part of the classic Washington eagle design era. The 1977 quarter was minted in 3 main locations, and the mint mark makes a big difference in its value. 1. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Over 468 million coins struck. 2. Denver, D mint mark. Around 256 million coins struck. 3. San Francisco, S mint mark, proof coins. Around 3 million proof coins, made for collectors only. Because of such high mintages, most 1977 quarters are common in circulation, but condition and mint mark can drastically change their collectible worth. Let's talk about what you're probably most curious about: the value. Most 1977 quarters you find in pocket change are worth only their face value of 25 cents. They're still widely available. A 1977 quarter in pristine condition with no wear, graded MS65, can sell for $5 to $7. The value can shoot up to around $200, $350, depending on demand. These were struck with special dies for collectors. A deep cameo-proof quarter from 1977 can range from $5 to $15, but ultra-high grades with perfect surfaces may bring even more. But here's where it gets interesting: errors and varieties. Certain rare mint errors, like double die obverse, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on rarity and demand. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. The grading scale goes from poor, P1, all the way to mint state 70, MS70. Show lots of wear, scratches, and loss of detail. These are usually just worth face value. May have some minor wear but still retain strong details. These are more desirable to collectors. These coins show no signs of wear. Collectors seek them out, and values increase dramatically with higher grades. These were struck with mirrored finishes and sharp details, and are considered premium collectibles. So, always check the condition of your coin. Even a common quarter can become valuable if it's in top grade. You might wonder, why should collectors be interested in a coin that seems so common? Well, here's why. 1. Historical value *. It represents the pre-state quarter era, making it part of the classic Washington Eagle design series. 2. Affordable collecting *. Most 1977 quarters are inexpensive, making it easy for beginners to start their collection. 3. Potential value in condition *. High-grade examples and proof coins can sell for good money. 4. Error coins *. These are rare and exciting finds that could turn a 25-cent coin into a valuable collectible. So there you have it, the United States quarter dollar from 1977. A coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but when you dig deeper, it carries history, design significance, and potential collectible value. If you have a 1977 quarter, take a closer look. Who knows, it might be worth more than just spare change. To understand the value of the 1977 United States quarter dollar, we first need to dive deep into its long and fascinating history. The story begins way back in 1792, when the Coinage Act was passed in the United States. This law officially established the U.S. Mint and authorized the creation of coins for the young nation. Among the denominations introduced was the quarter dollar, valued at 25 cents, or 1/4 of a U.S. dollar. That's why it's called a quarter. The very first U.S. quarters were struck in 1796. These early coins were small, thin, and made of 90% silver and 10% copper ***. Back then, coins weren't just currency, they were also a way to prove the strength and stability of the new American economy. The quarter soon became one of the most important coins for everyday transactions, especially because its value fit perfectly into a wide range of purchases. Over time, the design of the quarter went through several important changes. 1796, draped bust quarter ***, the very first design, featuring Lady Liberty on the front and a small eagle on the back. 1804, 1838. Capped bust quarters ***, a new Liberty portrait with a capped head. 1838, 1891. Seated Liberty quarters ***, Lady Liberty seated with a shield, symbolizing defense and freedom. 1892, 1916. Barber quarters ***, designed by Charles E. Barber, featuring a classical Liberty head. 1916, 1930. Standing Liberty quarters ***, a more artistic design of Liberty standing, holding a shield and olive branch. Finally, in 1932, the U.S. Mint introduced the most famous design of all, the Washington quarter. This design was originally meant as a one-year commemorative coin to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. But the public loved it so much that it became the standard design, replacing the standing Liberty quarter permanently. The Washington quarter featured George Washington on the front, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, and an eagle with outspread wings on the back. It was struck in 90% silver until 1964. After that, due to rising silver prices and shortages, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition in 1965, which is still used today. By the time we reach 1977, the quarter had already been in circulation for over 180 years. The 1977 issue is part of the modern clad era, but it still carries with it all that deep history of American coinage and economic changes. When it comes to coin collecting, one of the most important factors that determines value is condition. The difference between a heavily worn 1977 quarter and one in pristine condition can be the difference between just 25 cents and hundreds of dollars. Collectors use a grading system called the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor, P1, all the way to the perfect grade of Mint State 70, MS70. Let's break this down step by step, so you know exactly how to judge the condition of your 1977 quarter. Such coins can be worth $1,000 plus if certified by PCGS or NGC. These coins were not made for circulation but for collectors, with mirror-like finishes and frosted designs. A typical 1977 S-proof coin in PR65 to PR67 is worth $5 to $15. Deep cameo or ultra cameo proofs, with strong contrast between the frosted design and mirror background, can fetch much higher premiums. Even within the same grade, coins with better eye appeal, strong luster, attractive toning, and fewer distracting marks can sell for much more than average coins. Collectors pay attention not just to grade, but also to how beautiful the coin looks. So when it comes to the 1977 United States quarter, condition is absolutely everything. A heavily worn coin is just pocket change. But a sharp, bright, uncirculated example, especially one graded MS67 or higher, can be worth hundreds of dollars. If you think you have a special 1977 quarter, always consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, because condition is the key that turns an ordinary 25-cent coin into a real collectible treasure.